Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 235. What do you have a minute, coach, today? First of all, I'm going to go back on the trade bait, but a little bit more deeper for the Montreal Canadiens with some kind of suggestion, and you will be surprised. I have a really great idea for the Montreal Canadiens. Then the recap game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. Oh my God, second period. Then Lane HUTSON video when he played with the Boston and NCAA finale, and a short video of HEKAJ mom. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And let's dive in, talk about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens ad trade bait. But you talked about this yesterday. You talked about Edmondson, Anderson, and Monahan. But I'm going to go a little bit more deeper this time. What are you talking about, Coach? First of all, Joel Edmondson, why he would be traded, and I guarantee he's going to be traded, is because Montreal Canadiens have too many left defensemen. They have Madison, Coley, Harris, HEKAJ. That's already 4 without Edmondson. With him, it's 5 LD. It's too many. So Montreal Canadiens are going to consider at the trade deadline or during the off summer to trade Joel Edmondson somewhere. What he can get in return is a first-round pick or a top prospect already drafted by any team in NHL and the first round. This is what I'm considering for Edmondson. Now, the destination where he can go, I still believe I look about all the teams are in the playoff or they're going to try to be in the playoff. Everything could change the next couple of weeks. It's going to be possibly Pittsburgh on the left defenseman. It's really light, and possibly because Dumoulin is going to be a UFA, the contract at 3.5 could possibly put some kind of great negotiation with the Pittsburgh and the Montreal Canadiens. The Washington Capitals could add a defenseman like Edmondson. Edmonton, I know they are down in Nurse, but after that, it's very light with only Kulak. And then Toronto Maple Leafs, we know without Marzin now, there may be possibility to add another defenseman on that side. This would be possibility for the Montreal trade, Joel Edmondson. My next player I want to talk about, guys, is Josh Anderson. First of all, he's a unique player in NHL. Like I said, it's not many forward like him in NHL where he can carry on some kind of strength, physicality for checking and during the playoff. He's a big 6'3", over 200 pounds, and he can skating very well, some kind of speed when he carry on the puck. So he could bring some kind of good asset for the team. Don't have a big forward on the winger side, right or the left. And I think in return, he can get a goalie or a first-round pick or extra pick for Josh Anderson. But where, Coach? But I really believe the New Jersey Devil is really the destination I'm looking for them. If you look about the top 9 forward they have nothing big over there as similar like Josh Anderson. Palat is a good one over there, but after that is Sharakovich, not physical. Thomas Tatar, Johansson, it's not big. And we know Tatar's on the club is not good. He's complete his contract went out the 2 years. He will be UFA. So they have a money for the upcoming season to get Josh Anderson. In return, they could Montreal Canadiens looking for 2 goaltenders for them. They have both of them are 22 years old, Nico Das or Schmidt. There'll be something possibly Montreal could pay attention a bit more to get in return for Josh Anderson. Finally, they could get a first-round pick too, or they have a defenseman, the right defenseman, still playing KHL. Madeline, I think he was a 20 overall pick a couple years ago for the New Jersey Devils. Is only 21 years old. It could be a national good pick for the Montreal Canadiens to get in return for Josh Anderson. Now, my next player I want to talk about, guys, is Sean Monahan. His health is not great. He's still hurt with a broken foot. Couple of weeks ago. It's over 6 weeks. We don't know a guarantee right now when he's coming back with the Montreal Canadiens. It could be an additional 1 week, 2 weeks. He's still on a long-term injury reserve. He's, again, a player can play on the winger. He can play center. He's good on power play. He's good on PK. His contract going to be complete at UFA at the end of this season. So he opened up more door compared to Edmondson and Anderson because both of them still have a contract after the season this year. So Monahan is very interesting for me because he's injury he has right now, possibly some team would be a little bit concerned to give them his first round pick and return. It's something possibly some other team will be, wait a minute, he may be not guaranteed he's going to be helped. It's only a rental players, not really going to give them a first round pick. It could be hurt before the end of the season and not be ready for the playoff. Those concerns could possibly keep Sean Monahan in Montreal. Now, here's my point here. What you talking about, coach? Here I have a big idea for Ken Hughes. He should call me. I will sign Sean Monahan for 1 year contract at $5-6 million. Here what he helped the Montreal Canadiens. They have enough money right now next season for signing him for 1 year at $5 or $6 million. First of all. Secondly, that will helping him to see what he look like and possibly to have a better avenues to get a new contract in 2 years in NHL a long term, because he could prove to the rest of NHL he's a good hockey player, he's still healthy, and he's looking better and better. For me, I think both parties, Monahan and the Montreal Canadiens, could be winner after he play 1 more year, prove to the rest of the NHL he can play really solid good hockey. He can get about 50, 60 points. And I think that would be a great chance for him to get a new contract at 30 years old, a 3 or 4 years contract, about $5 million. This is a really great idea. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about my idea about Sean Monahan trade or keep with the Montreal Canadiens for 1 year. Now, I will give you one more trade bait. The Buffalo Sabres have a goaltender. His name is Eric Portello. I talked about him a couple of weeks ago for the Montreal Canadiens. Could have him. He's a solid, great goaltender. Is over 6'4". He plays right now in NCAA. Have a lot great stat right now. The Michigan powerhouse team. Portello and the Buffalo Sabres have no contract. At the end of this season, he could become UFA. So what happening with him? He could offer to any other team, have a contract from any team to him. Because the Buffalo Sabres draft him, the Sabres does not want to let him go for nothing in return. So possibly the Buffalo Sabres gave his right to a team to get a second round pick or a prospect in return. Possibly for the Montreal Canadiens, they could do this way and get Portello and sign him a ELC and to become a goaltender future for the Montreal Canadiens. All those possibilities could happening for the Montreal Canadiens for the next couple of weeks. We know the trade deadline is March 3rd, 2023. Chance out there. Listen, I would love to hear from you about what you think about my suggestion for Edmondson, Anderson, and Monahan. 1 year contract. Remember this one. And then possibly to get the rights of Portello. So we have other options or avenues. Montreal Canadiens could get a goaltender for the future with that team. So that's complete, guys, my first subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, about the ad prospect Lane HUTSON. Right now in 20 games, he have 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points, guys, for freshman and NCAA. This is excellent hockey. He's a great skater. He's a really shifty player. He has a great vision. I want to show you guys video about Lane HUTSON. Here we go. You're going to see him on the left side. He controls the puck all the way. You have number 20. Check, he curled back over there. He return. Look, the shift right there in front of the guys. And he get an open up. Look, skating right now. He's coming with the puck. Shift to the right. He's coming out to the red line, to the blue line. Another shift over there. You see the vision. Look, the great pass to his teammate. Now he controls the puck to the blue line. He's coming to other side. Stop right there. Great pass again. Look how is so good, this Lane HUTSON. Another great shift to the blue line. Turn around, the guys coming down. And then he attacking on the right side of the goalie. He look his vision again. Always moving his head, watching for his teammate to get a pass. Now he's coming to the right side. Look again to the board. Shift again to in front of the number 10s. Coming to the right side of the goaltender. Pass the puck in front of the net. Another great shift again. Look again. He's moving right there. Look, he's always looking for his teammate to get a pass. He's on the board. Right now, he's coming down to the goalie. Great try to get a goal all the way back over there. Another great move of HUTSON. Again to the walls. Coming to the goal line. Looking again. Another great pass in front of the net. Another shift over there. Change the direction. Now hold the puck to the blue line. Another great pass on the left side and a goal of HUTSON he got on that one. That's what Lane HUTSON is for a Montreal Canadiens prospect, and I can't wait to see him play one day with Montreal. I understand he's small, a lot of questionable about his the way he is, but I think he could become a solid player in NHL because he's so shifty, a great skater, an amazing, great vision he has. Then I want to talk about a little bit about HUTSON. Yesterday, he fight with Jenny Smith for the Florida Panthers. He did not want to remove his left hand's glove. I don't know, he's hiding an injury on that hand so that he finally did it at the end. But I was surprised that he was not like jumping right away to get a fight yesterday. Again, this is only, I assume, but it's rare you see a fighter like him to keep glove. I don't know, I could be wrong here. I just want to share with you what I saw yesterday. Then I want to show to you an interview of his mom she did on the Sportnet.
After growing and playing a year in Junior B, several OHL teams came calling, and Arbor landed in Kitchener, where he would stay for 2.5 seasons. Much like the OHL, Arbor would again go undrafted in the NHL. A few teams eventually showed interest, but one stood out.
He's standing there, and he spread his wings, and he said, "Mom and Dad, we did it." And I don't want to get emotional, but it was the moment that I seen him achieve his dreams. That moment, I thought anything is possible.
Yep, everything is possible. And Arbor HEKAJ, the Costco man, the Wi-Fi, he did it, and he's played so good for the Montreal Canadiens since the beginning of the season. And this is only his first year with Montreal. I can imagine what he's going to accomplish in NHL. There was the story about the Arbor HEKAJ, the mom interview. This complete, guys, my second subject of the day. Let's move on for my last one for this episode. First of all, the recap game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. Oof, was ugly. Montreal Canadiens lost by the score 6-2. But here what happening, guys. After first period, it was 0-0. Montreal really controlling the first period, play a solid period, but everything fall apart after a first goal on the power play. Looked like some kind of interference between Florida Panthers player and the goaltender Montembeault. Martin St. Louis request review call. Look about this, the referee decide to allow the goal. For me, it's 50-50. For me, I will not accept this, but it is what it is. Second power play, back-to-back. What happening? The Florida Panthers score another goal, 2-0, and everything fall apart after that. Montreal Canadiens, on the second period, 6 power play they gave to the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers score 4 of the 6 power play goals, and they score 5 goals during the second period. And that was really what happening during that game. At 5-5, Montreal Canadiens have a good game. First period, third period. The third period, they scored 2 goals. Pitlick and Anderson score for them. But again, they have 2 penalties during the second period, guys. The staff coaching for the Montreal Canadiens, too many men. Is it St. Louis? Is it Stéphane Rabitas? I'm not sure. Montreal showed themselves yesterday against the Florida Panthers. And then during the game, 3 fight. What about Mike Madison fight yesterday? Then you have Arbor HEKAJ and then Mike Pezzetta. Over 90 minutes of penalty for both teams. David Savard and HEKAJ got each one of them a 10-minute misconduct. Again, this is the second game between both teams where the Florida completely beat the Montreal Canadiens. First game 7-2 and 6-2. But they have a lot of things going on between both teams. I can wait for game number 3 going happening the next couple of months. We're going to definitely to see the play-by-play commentary here at the Hockey Nation Live Show. And this concludes, guys, this game again. Just a quick recap. You already see the game. I don't have to give you a little bit more the details of this game, honestly. Montembeault was removed after the second period. This is the first time of the year Martin St. Louis removed a goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens this season. That's conclude, guys, all my subject I have on this episode. Here we go. It is what it is, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this short video of the trade bait for the Montreal Canadiens. I would love to hear from you what you think about my suggestion of Sean Monahan for 1-year contract. Recap game, a little bit about Lane Hudson. I can't wait to see him play one day with the Montreal Canadiens. But before we leave, we want to remind you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to our Canadian Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And finally, we wish you an amazing, great day, everybody, a weekend. And of course, I want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you.